Oh, had a day off. Actually, I got a full reset again. It's happening all at the right times. Whenever it does happen, I'm just like, oh yeah, perfect reset. Today, we're gonna just drive back to Conklin again. We're gonna do a ballast card tomorrow morning. Then we're gonna bring that back to Atchison, and then go straight back up to Conklin again, sleep overnight, and then get a regulator, and then bring that back to Sherwood Park. As far as that, yep, going back to A&B, and then that'll take us up Friday night. We'll get back here. Today is Wednesday. And then Saturday we might have Total, or we might have New Wave, water stuff. And then Sunday, we'll have one of those orange tanks over there. It's got to go back to another one going up to that coal mine in Chetwynd for Monday morning. So I'll have a pretty good couple days. It's been pretty busy. You know, I'm not complaining. 3 of us are going to be going up to Conklin. Shane's coming. He's not leaving till much later. And then Jimmy's coming too. He's got his truck at home. He's going to eat dinner and then he's going to go. It's kind of early. It's 2 p.m. But it's like a 6-hour drive. By the time we get up there and get settled in, it'll be like 9 o'clock. And yeah. I still need to fabricate a window cover. I was going to grab my window cover out of my car, but obviously my Volkswagen windshield is not as big as this, but it might help. I should grab that.
Have about 2,000 horsepower in that thing.
Looks like this one's been around the farm. Let's see if I was right. I unwrapped it at home and I was like trying to smell it and stuff. Oh yeah, it's juicy. It's taco for sure. Juice. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. You gotta definitely make sure that you, it's gonna drippy drip. Oh, it's definitely taco because it's juice. Taco. Yeah. This might require extra assistant just to make sure. Hot. So we're at the terminal here. Just through the trees. I'm sure you maybe saw a small glimpse of it when I pulled up. There's 12 hours till I have to load. I should have left later. When we came up here the other day, of course, we stopped for lunch, and then we were slow going. There was a little bit of construction that put me back. They were stopping traffic at Gibbons. Today it was just one lane open, and they were piloting, or they were just leaving traffic through, stopping traffic, yada yada, back and forth. But yeah, only took me like 40 minutes longer than last time. Well, we stayed in Conklin last time, so I figured by the time I got to here it'd be like 9:30ish, but yeah, it's 8:45. Get up early, brew coffee. Jimmy's like, is there coffee there? I'm like, I don't, maybe, but probably not. Or you get a propane burner like I got. Because sometimes you're stuck in places where you don't have the amenities, and I'm sure the mosquitoes would probably be pretty bad here right now, but whip out the barbecue, have some burgers or hot dogs or whatever. It's been a while since I've done that. I didn't bring my stove or anything. I have my little burner for making coffee, that's it. And I had to stop and get a coffee because I forgot my coffee cup. God damn it, every time. I made sure I had coffee, sugar, creamer, all the stuff I needed. Get bombing down the road. I'm like, I don't have a cup. I can't use that one because I put my spits in it. So I had to stop. Got an extra cup. Alright, well, we'll see you guys in the morning. Nice, we got a curved angle here. It's a little sketchy at first. I had to pull the back of the trailer over a little bit. It's good because we weren't hooked on the rail, so I could do so. We just walked right up there, no problem. Nice when it's summer and it's warm. 6,700-ish. Of course, I'm only worried about the trailer. 22. Huh. 25.
They give you up, my doctor.
Now come around, come on naked. Too much skin is how we get in. Oh, get me high, love me dry. Medicate a new waterway. Now close your eyes, and I promise to kiss the night. I will stand by me. I like the sound of a wave. Watch me as I dance. Have you known romance before? The kind where you feel lost while you adore. Oh, get me high, love me dry. Medicate a new waterway. Don't chase in the air. Get us out of here. Make a vow. Watch me as I dance. Watch me as I dance. Set the aim on my waistline. Rock my hips side to side. Move the mountains within me. Pour sweet lullabies in my ear. We've got a rich life to remember. The ambition to spend it high. Can you lend me a hand while I strut on these lands? Come on, love, I don't pretend that I'm not enough. Get me high, love me dry. Come on, changes in the air. Get us out of here.
be like 25, 28 degrees outside right now. Celsius for Canadian. C is for Canadian. Sheriff. I think I'm not honking on her. That turn, you come out of that truck stop, and if you're looking to see what traffic's doing, I look left, and before I know it, I'm looking right, and I'm already past the lights for the way station, but there was a bunch of DOTs there. But the guy in front of me, he didn't stop, so I was just like, oh, I'll do what that guy that's carrying the sea can's doing, another one. They're out, so good call. I was a little heavy on the trailer. I guess I could have tried to suck it up, right up. Mine was shorter, and normally the trucks are almost right at the back of the trailer, and that makes you pretty much a full load on your trailer. And my cart seemed a lot shorter, so I was like, oh, it should be fine. I let it roll way up, and my trucks were like past middle axle on the trailer. So I don't think it would have made a whole lot of difference. I had like maybe a foot and a half it could have went, but the moral of the story is always make sure it's sucked right up to the front, because you're light on the truck, and then the trailer's loaded right up. So yeah, I was like, well, I better take 16A to Atchison and come in that way just in case. And like I can't afford the time or the ticket, but it's like 10 to 5, so I'm gonna bypass that construction at Gibbons because they were single laning it last night at rush hour, and it was fucking backed right up. And the Henday that way is just gonna be a smodule, so I'm just gonna go 37 across and then come out right on the other side of Gibbons at that overpass, bypassing all the bad stuff. We got to do a little jig jog, Nemeo and Bonacourt, I think. I can't remember. It's kind of a gray area for me cutting across. Back to Lac La Biche. I mean Conklin. I think we got to go to Conklin. Back to Conklin. So much fun, right, guys? The next 3 videos are all Conklin. Yay! unscathed, brothers. I shouldn't get a big head because that's when you get pulled over. And actually right after Jimmy told me that, I was pumping fuel in Lac La Biche. And it stopped. I'm like, whoa, it can't be stopped already. I pulled it out, I pulled the trigger. And nothing was coming, and it all of a sudden, whoosh, all against the rim, sprayed back. It just got probably 99% of my shoes. I was like, great, I gotta sleep with these legs tonight. We'll have to give her the Windex wipe down. I'd like hit the UFA shower, but every time I get stuck on jobs like these where I'm gone for 2 days, not that I don't, maybe it's just me, but I'm just like, I don't really have a stink. I do sweat, and I've already been soaked twice, especially wearing coveralls. Then you put a vest on top of that. But anyways, I don't have shower shoes, and yeah, golden rule. Starters, it grosses me out. That's why I never use truck showers and like card locks and stuff. I've never had to my whole trucking career, but it might be time where I might need to start. Because there's been times when I get stuck on these jobs, especially when they're like any more than 3 days. Like tomorrow I'll be a little itchy tomorrow maybe. Because I'll be, well, loading a regulator in the morning won't be too bad. It was hot this morning right away though, like. Then unloading an Atchison, as soon as I did what I needed to do and I wasn't gonna get dirty anymore. Coverall's awful, I put the chains and stuff all away, but yeah, I had to put my work boots on because it'll just reek like diesel in here. I'm sure I got a little bit of splash on my shins. But yeah, and then Jimmy's like, scales are open. I'm like, what? I actually caught up to him. He only had to go to A&B, which is at Sherwood Park, and I had to go all the way to Atchison, but there was no screwing around. I just lay down, yanked that thing off, put all my stuff away, bypassed the construction, which might have saved me some time. Every time I finally get around somebody that's doing 95, there's just another guy doing 92. I'm just like, oh, I can't get a break. All the way in, stuck behind slow people. It was, once I got outside of, I had to pass one guy in a horse trailer just outside of Gibbons there when I finally got around all the construction. I got around the boat, the floating boat that was getting pulled by a Honda. And I'm like, yeah. And then I was coming out of the construction. I'm like, yeah, everybody must be stopped because there was no traffic. And then I only made it a couple more clicks around next curve. Pick up with a horse trailer, 90. Just pulled out as I came around the curve doing 106. I'm just like, damn it. But I got a break, got around him. I wussed out and I threw in 100 liters that was set now. If I would have completely fueled up there, I would have been stuck behind that picker on that wheeler that just pulled in. I seen him there. I'm like, oh, I don't want to get stuck behind him. He wasn't a whole lot, really. I got fuel and he pulled in, so maybe 10 minutes, if that. Shows how slow I'm driving, I guess. But he was pulling out right behind me as I was pulling out on to the highway there at Wasatna. But anyways, I'm like, oh, I'm starving. I don't have enough to eat. Just tilted, grabbed the cooler, tilted it to look in there, and I got this massive potato salad. I'm like, I forgot all about it. Made it just before we left. Dipping into that hardcore as soon as I get there. We had a peanut butter sandwiches was on standby there. I had that. I had my breakfast burrito. Looks like Scales is just a happening place. It's too hot in the middle of the day, right? So I was like, oh no, my ABS light's on. Put all my safeties on, all my chain hangers and everything. But of course, they're usually really looking for like loaded guys and see what's going on there. Shortcut Willie, No Chain Jones. Oh, those tracks suck. Why don't you just slow down a little bit? I don't slow down. I did slow down. Now I'm doing 110. I need to slow down some more. But anyways, back to the spot. Load in the morning, and then back to Sherwood Park, and then home. Still don't know what's going on tomorrow, so. Oh, where's the oh, there it is. Well, we're in Conklin. I'm gonna stay here. Can't remember if Jimmy said the convenience store was open in the morning or not. I don't think it is open early enough. I don't think it opens till like 8. But he said the restaurant was open at 7. I could have had some of this last night. Where was I? Definitely cold. Oh. I'm sure you guys have seen these Coolatrons at like truck stops. I don't know if they have them in the US. I would just assume they have them. We have them at the Shell. Same with the Road Pro hot box and stuff, but oh, see how I got a rag stuffed in it? I got to keep a rag in there, or else it's basically a freezer. I could put popsicles in there for crying out loud. Excuse me, Mr. Pipe. What are you doing, Pipe? You couldn't do a U either, or what up? Had to do a 2-point? Gotta give Buddy a boost. What's going on there? Shane blew a tire. He was stuck at Wasetta. I drove by past him. He left probably 40 minutes before. Blew a tire. Sheared one of the fittings off the air tank or something. Did he phone me? He's like, you got an easy out? I'm like, I got a socket set and some vice grips. I'm like, I got pretty basic tools. Small bunk life. Or if it breaks that serious, someone else come help me. My road train truck, but I had bigger toolboxes. I was like, and of course they're like, make a list of whatever you want, because it's like a write-off when you get a brand new truck, basically. So I stalked it out. I asked Blaine. Blaine was the guy that ran the sow, and he had like stuff crammed everywhere in his bed truck. I was like, what kind of things do you think I should have so I can almost fix every situation? Almost. And he's like, told me a bunch of stuff. I made a list. That was the list I made, and that's what they went to the store and they bought it. Morning. That's right. It's morning. 20 after 7. I set my alarm for PM instead of AM. Luckily I woke up in time, but the convenience store didn't open till 7. Coffee. And I had set my alarm for 6:50, except for I didn't realize that I put it at PM instead of AM. iPhone life. Yeah. We got lots of time. We don't have to be there at 8:30. It's only 70K. We'll be there in time. Jimmy's probably already been there for an hour. It's like the restaurant opens at 6. I'm like, I don't really ever get in a rush. It's all about just chilling out and cruising the road. Well, I didn't even clean my window. That's how chilled out I am. Did I ever mention before that it's when I was in the hospital and I was on the monitor that I dropped down to like 40 beats per minute and I was setting off the alarms? They're like, is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, man, this is great. Can I get another shot of morphine? That's when I broke my neck, but it's the last time I've been in the hospital. But anyways, we'll be over there soon and we'll be right back. So stand by. I swapped with Jimmy. Since I don't have a pickup sling, he's like, well, I might as well take the regulator. I'm like, sure. So I'm gonna take all the miscellaneous extra bits here, supplies. to eat. I do have some potato salad. I'll probably eat that when I stop at the shop. Decent. Was almost gonna go to Grand Prairie. He's like, we got centrifuge tomorrow to get from Grand Prairie, bring back to Red Deer. I'm like, why don't I just go from Edmonton today? Because we're only Conklin, Sherwood Park. And I'm like, I definitely had enough hours to, what is that? Drive to Grand Prairie, get loaded, and maybe even back to Valley View. But anywho's, so it all kind of got washed out or kiboshed, or he said they went a different route, which means he got another truck to do it because he didn't want me to do it or something, because I'm tight on hours, plus I got to go to Chetwynd on Sunday and be up at the coal mine on Monday morning, so, well, we will be there in the morning, but meeting a pilot at the Demet border, because when you haul a 400 in BC, you need a pilot. Look at all this fresh pavement. That's going to be much needed. I remember when this side was new. Now that side's new. But this side needs to be redone again. And another probably 400-500 kilometers worth of this road, Highway 2. Probably 600 kilometers of Highway 43. And probably another 200 kilometers of Highway 16. At this end. And I mean here to Jasper. But anyways, so yeah, everything went good. Bit of a smodge trying to find somebody, but what do guys like? Go over there and look in the yard for somebody. I go over there and look in the yard for somebody. Somebody in the yard's like, no, you got to go to the shipping and receiving over at that second shop. I go shipping and receiving that other shop, and then buddy in there, he's like, somebody should be in the yard. The one guy I talked in the yard, I'm like, well, the one guy that ended up helping me was the guy that drove right by me as I was trying to walk in the yard towards him in a pickup, and he just kind of drove right by me and kept, I was like, oh, okay. And then the guy on site out there was phoning me. It's like, you getting unloaded? You getting any grief? And I'm like, no, everything's good. We're getting unloaded. I don't have to talk to 5 different people, but we're good now. But anyways, we'll be home today. Looks like it's going to be an alright evening. It's cloudy, overcast, sweet clouds. And then tomorrow, it's kind of up in the air what we're doing. There's a couple trips to Nisku with I don't even know what. There's a couple trips out west of Rocky. Water stuff that's got to come back, I think. But then we got the tank is in the yard, sitting on the back of the pole truck. He's like, oh, I figure you just stuff it on your trailer when he got here. I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. Sure, we can do that. And so yeah, we'll have to do that Sunday, and then we head out. See you back in a bit. I gotta eat these pizzas. Earl drove his race car to work. Nova SS. Nova 2? Nova SS? Hot as fucking a bag of flickers in here. Holy shit. I gotta stop parking in the sun. He said just chain it down and take these 6 planks and go all the way to Chetwynd. I don't think I'd make that one overpass. How far could you make it? I'm thinking. But there might be some power line issues. It should be alright. That truck's pretty low. But you wouldn't run into a problem until, well, besides the scales or DOT seeing you. I love it when you guys signal and turn at the same time. I guess it would be, well, we're getting off at Dawson Creek. So really, you'd be able to make it all the way until, what is that, Highway 97? It's got that train bridge that where you drop down that coulee through that river. I don't know, I'm just talking about myself. Friday, I gotta drive here.
You gotta have about 2,000 horsepower in that thing. Try 3,000.
Try 5.